In this video, I want to make a quick update on the state of Ethereum, and let's dive into some charts and look at key levels. So as you can see here, Ethereum is at 1591 at this point in time. Now, let me just make this a little bit bigger. What we have here, this is the daily chart over here on ETH, and this was the low in June of 2022. Now, I actually did make a video about this range setup back in May this year, where I talked about the potential of this being a larger range, in which case we had the deviation above, so the sweep above, and a drop back. We had a retest of the range, and the technical target of that would be the low of the range, sweeping this low. And so far, that could potentially still be in play. Now, if this was a range setup on any chart, whether it be a 5-minute or an hourly chart, in theory, that would be the outcome of the chart. Okay, we got the sweep above the high, so low to high to find the range, sweep above, drop back below, the retest here and the retest here. So in theory, we would have gone short here at the retest of the range high, which was also the confluence here of the fib golden pocket. So drop back to the fib golden pocket, and then the target here would technically be that. Now, I have said I hope we don't go all the way back down, but it is a possibility, and technically if this range setup plays out, and that is what we're looking for. So let's just get rid of that real quick, and let's just zoom in a little bit more, because you always have ranges within ranges. So what we have right now is, you can see we have this descending trend line, right? So it's clearly making lower highs, right? Lower high over here, lower high over here, lower high over here. So this trend here is bearish since July. Okay, so for the past 2 months, we have been in a bearish trend here, and that has not yet changed. Now, if we can get back above this high over here, 70.45, that would be a market structure break. So if we get back above there, potentially we're looking at a run back up to the high. Until that happens, though, we have to consider the fact that a downside is possible here. And sure, this could also be a range here where you can see the wick low here to the high. It's possible we get a sweep above like this and then drop back down. That is also a possibility. That would be the bearish option. What we could also get here, very likely, is at least take out this. So if this was the range, potentially we look at something like this, and then if we sweep this low, right, to the mid of the larger channel, 1460, we reclaim this range, potentially we're looking at some more upside like that also. Okay, so that is possibilities there. And then of course there is a possibility, like I've been talking about the last few months, that we do see some sort of black swan here, where we just drop and then reclaim that. So that would also be the larger option here. So even if we do drop, and even if we do sweep this low, if we sweep this and reclaim this, that is going to be the ultimate long opportunity, leverage long, swing long, spot long, in my opinion, for Ethereum. So if we do get that, I think it would actually be a massive, massive opportunity, where we wait for the sweep, however deep that's going to go. Okay, it's likely it's going to go below this, which could mean, depending on what happens at the time, maybe there's some sort of crazy FUD, external events, whatever, and we get a sharp drop back below it. Who knows how low that goes. On the reclaim here of the retest, what we'd be looking for is a long position here with, at that time, a stop at the low, wherever that's going to be. Okay, I can't tell you that now, because we don't know how deep that sweep is going to be. Whether it's 800, whether it's 600, whether it's 500, who knows. Okay, if we get that, and then the target would be technically, first of all, the range high over here, but probably, since we have the Bitcoin halving and the expectation for a new bull market somewhere in 2024 and 2025, it could very well be a run all the way back up to the all-time high, which is why I'm saying, you know, if we get this and we do get a sweep of the low and a reclaim of that range, in my opinion, that is going to be the ultimate buying opportunity and last chance before the bull market. Now, is it guaranteed that we get that? No, it would be the theoretical target for technical outcome of this range setup in this way. But for now, let's see how things are going to play out. So like I said, at this point in time, there is not much to be done with Ethereum. I would not look for any trades at this position. Either we look for a sweep of the range low and a reclaim here for a potential long at about 1500 after it swept the low and reclaimed, going back up. Potentially, if we break the range high, get a market structure break here at about 1750, get above it, not just a sweep, okay? So we have to be careful that even if it does get above here, that it doesn't do this, right? So it doesn't go like this and then down, okay? We have to look for a reclaim and a bounce, and then we can look for a long targeting the high. Or if it drops below here and it continues to drop, well then either we can look for shorts somewhere here on some sort of bounce, or we can just wait, you know, and be patient, see what happens. Wait for the sweep of the low here, and on the reclaim, we look for that generational long entry, potentially to ride it all the way up to all-time highs over the next, however long that's going to be, the next bull market cycle. So obviously, if that is going to play out in that way, it would be a long trade to hold. You know, obviously a long trade, but a long trade time-wise also to hold, that we're looking at maybe 12 months of holding that as a swing long. So obviously that's something that you want to consider. Obviously it depends on you know, how you're going to play that spot. Do you want to have a lower leverage long, you know, maybe a 10x or a 5x or a 2x long at that point that you're prepared to hold? And you want to make sure that you have your various trading accounts set up for that, okay? You want to have at least multiple trading accounts or sub accounts, because if you are going to be taking a swing long and that you're going to be holding for 12 months, basically you want to have that in a separate sub account, in my opinion, that you basically don't touch for your regular shorter term trades and stuff like that, okay? It's going to be a longer term hold. So you want to make sure you have multiple trading accounts, multiple sub accounts prepared for that. Personally, I like to use BYBIT. The link is in the description down below. If you use my link there, you get the maximum deposit up to $30,000. There's various tiers and stuff, so it explains on the page when you click it. And that's basically the situation we're in. So we're a bit of a wait and see mode right now. Let's see what happens. 1750 to the upside would be more bullish, and otherwise I'm looking for 1500 and a break below 1500. We could be potentially looking at the lows again before the end of the year. So let's see how this goes. Let's take it week by week, see how it develops, and I will keep you updated as much as I can. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you in the next video.